Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into something that's near and dear to my heart, even though my heart is right here with Portia, and we like to be very, very near each other. We're talking about long-distance relationships. Now, I know what you're thinking. Long distance, who needs it? It's tough. But you know what else is tough? Finding someone you really connect with. Someone who makes you laugh until you snort a little. Someone who gets your sense of humor and your love of dancing. Sometimes that special someone is just a little further away than you'd like. So if you're in a long-distance relationship or thinking about taking the plunge, buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to break down the 7 stages of long-distance love. And trust me, it's a journey. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the 7 stages of a long-distance relationship. Stay tuned to find out how to navigate through each stage successfully. The honeymoon phase. This is where it all begins, folks. Everything is new and exciting, and the distance seems like just a minor detail, like forgetting to buy your favorite almond milk at the grocery store. You can totally handle it. You're practically glued to your phone, texting, calling, video chatting. You name it, you're doing it. And every conversation is like a firework display of butterflies, and I miss yous, and when will I see you again? It's adorable, really. And speaking of adorable, you're probably sending cute little care packages and love letters and planning your first visit. The anticipation is like waiting for the popcorn to pop. You just can't wait to get your hands on it. This stage is all about building a strong foundation of communication and connection. You're getting to know each other on a deeper level, even if it's through a screen. Enjoy this blissful bubble, my friends, because up next, reality bites. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds, or is it? Just kidding. Stick with us. Okay, lovebirds, the honeymoon can't last forever. Eventually, the initial excitement starts to fade a little, and the reality of the distance sets in. It's like realizing you ate the whole pint of ice cream in one sitting. Oops! You might start to feel the weight of those missed opportunities. You know, like spontaneous coffee dates or just cuddling on the couch after a long day. And let's not forget about those pesky time differences. Trying to coordinate schedules can feel like you're herding cats. This is totally normal, folks. It doesn't mean your relationship is doomed, it just means you're human. The key here is to acknowledge these challenges and communicate openly with your partner. Talk about how you're feeling and brainstorm ways to bridge the gap. Remember, a little distance can actually make the heart grow fonder, but you gotta put in the effort to make it work. This is where you go from, whoa, this is hard to, okay, I got this. You're figuring out how to make this whole long distance thing actually work. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. A little wobbly at first, but you eventually find your balance. Communication is key, people. But instead of just random texts throughout the day, you're scheduling virtual date nights. We're talking fancy dinners over video chat, movie nights where you press play at the same time, even online game nights. Get creative. And don't forget about setting boundaries and expectations. How often will you talk? What are your love languages? How do you each handle conflict? These are all important things to figure out. Remember, compromise is your new best friend. It's all about finding a groove that works for both of you. Congratulations! You've made it to the routine stage. You've found your rhythm, you've established your communication style, and the distance feels, dare I say it, almost manageable. You know when you're going to talk to each other, you have your virtual date nights planned, and you've even figured out how to send those cute little care packages without breaking the bank. This stage is all about finding a sense of normalcy and stability in the midst of the distance. It's like having your favorite comfy sweater, familiar, comforting, and always there for you. But don't get too comfy, my friends, because even the most stable relationships can hit a few bumps in the road. Oh boy, here we go. Even the strongest couples experience doubts and insecurities in a long-distance relationship. It's like that little voice in your head whispering, "Is this really going to work?" Don't listen to that voice. You might start to question your partner's commitment, or even your own. You might feel lonely, jealous, or just plain over it. And social media? Don't even get me started. It's a breeding ground for comparison and self-doubt. But hold on a second. Before you go spiraling down the rabbit hole of despair, remember that doubt is a normal part of any relationship, especially a long-distance one. The key is to address these doubts head-on with open and honest communication. Talk to your partner about how you're feeling and listen to their perspective as well. Okay, so you've faced the doubt monster and lived to tell the tale. Now it's time to reconnect and rekindle that spark. Think of it like giving your relationship a big, warm hug. This stage is all about making an extra effort to remind each other why you fell in love in the first place. Plan a special visit, send each other thoughtful gifts, or simply carve out some quality time for those deep, meaningful conversations. And when you do see each other in person, make the most of it. Go on adventures, create new memories, and just enjoy being in each other's presence. Remember, physical touch is important too, people. So cuddle up, hold hands, and don't be afraid to get a little mushy. You've made it to the final stage. Give yourselves a round of applause because long distance is not for the faint of heart. You've weathered the storms, you've come out stronger, and now you're basking in the glow of a stable and loving relationship. At this point, you've figured out how to make the distance work for you. You trust each other, you support each other's dreams, and you're both committed to making the relationship last. You might still have your moments of doubt or frustration, and that's perfectly normal. But now you have the tools and the experience to navigate those challenges together. So keep nurturing your connection, keep making each other laugh, and never, ever take each other for granted. Thanks for watching. I hope this little journey through the 7 stages of long-distance relationships has given you some hope, some laughs, and maybe even a little bit of inspiration. Remember, love knows no distance, but it does require effort, communication, and a whole lot of patience. So if you're in a long-distance relationship, keep fighting for it. And if you're thinking about taking the plunge, go for it. It can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life.